you means to be determined, steadfast, and unshakable. Our next guest has an amazing story of what it means to be unshakable, to be able to stand in your truth and come out better for it on the other side. Please welcome to our show, Shevonica Howell. Shevonica, welcome. Welcome.
Thank you.
It's such a pleasure to have you with us today. Please tell our audience, who is Shevonica Howell?
Shevonica Howell is determined to be more than what they say I will be, motivated enough to push for what I want to be, and destined to be what I was born to be, a testimony.
I love that, a testimony. Tell us about that testimony. Share your story with us.
Yes, ma'am. My story actually started in 1992. I came home from college, BCC, and I didn't make it back for the second year. I found out that I was pregnant, and I had to drop out of college. And of course, from where I'm from, not too many people my age, black females my age, had went to college or even made it to college. And then the fact that I came home after the very first year to tell my family that I was pregnant, that was not a good feel for me. So ever since having my son a year later in 1993, I realized, you know what, I'm going to have to change this. I'm going to have to change the feeling that I have in my heart and also in the hearts of those that looked up to me when I actually went to BCC in 92.
Shevonica, tell us how you were able to keep moving forward. What was the thing or the catalyst that allowed you to, in spite of your circumstances, still be able to move forward?
Honestly, I remember it like it was yesterday, March 8th, 1993, when my son was born, and they told me that he was coming home with me.
Yes.
You know, at 19, and kids these days really don't realize 19, you're still a child. And it was at that time, on March 8th, that I knew, you know what, you're going to have to do better than this. It's no more, oh, I made a mistake, or I'll have a next chance at it. It's no more of that. And it was at that time that I knew that I had to make a difference.
Blessed babies are definitely a game changer, that's for sure.
Yes, ma'am.
That's for sure. So let me ask you, what would you say to someone that may be going through the exact same things, having the same types of struggles, the same circumstances, situation? What would you say to that person?
Never give up.
Yes.
Never give up, no matter what.
That is so powerful.
Keep moving forward.
Keep moving forward.
Yes, ma'am.
Keep moving forward. Let me ask you one other question. You would say to a person that's going through the same thing to keep moving forward. Why is it important for you to tell your story now?
Well, for one, being a private school founder, I realized that students have so many things that they want to share, but are scared to share. So even in a period of a day at school, not only am I the founder, but I also teach business literacy courses, and I talk to my students about testimony all the time. I realized that a lot of times they have so much to say, but no one is listening, or they think that we're not listening. So it's important for me to get the word out. I also have a 14-year-old daughter and a 23-year-old son that listen to me. They know my story. They knew my story before you all actually knew the story, before I wrote my first book. And I know that they look up to me, and they appreciate, not only am I teaching them, but I'm teaching so many more people.
Yes.
So it's very important.
That is such a powerful testimony. Shevonica, thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
Thanks for having me.
When we come back, we're going to hear what's next for Shevonica Howell.
You've been hearing a lot about Everest lately, but you probably haven't heard this. We're now not-for-profit, which means we're driven by a different set of numbers. We're driven by the number of skills learned, the number of resumes written, spell-checked, and sent, the number of interviews, of doors opened, and happy phone calls received, and the number of places you can go from here. At Everest, our priority is making sure our graduates leave with the skills and confidence they need to launch their careers. Begin your future at everest.edu.
Are you tired of being sick and tired, stuck in the cycle of the same old, same old? If yes, then it's time for you to embrace your metamorphosis. I am Monique Rogers, the CEO and founder of Metamorphosis Women's Encounter. Check out our website to see what workshops and services we offer for you to create a life you desire and deserve. Thank you.
So Shevonica, after hearing your story, we know that there are great things in store for you, and we know that you have great things going on. Tell us what's next for Shevonica.
Okay. Well, as a private school founder, I will definitely continue to promote my school, Academy of Scholars, Inc. It's in Arlington, 6620 Arlington Expressway. So that's one big thing I will be promoting. I will continue to be a mentor and a motivational speaker for those that may have went through the same things that I've went through, or even worse, to let them know to not give up. When I said the little slogan at the beginning, that's actually my motivational quote that I came up with at one of my pitches that I did in Long Beach, California. So I would like to continue to promote my my motivational quote. I sell these shirts, and also my very first book, Girl, They Ain't Ready. Life Can Be All You Want It to Be, Trust Me. I would like to continue to promote this book as well as my second book, I Can Dig It, Sis, They Ain't Ready. So these are some of the things that I want to keep promoting. And again, I want to continue to be a role model and a motivational speaker for people that may think that it's over for them.
And how can our audience reach you?
Yes, ma'am. I could be reached by cell phone, 904-274-1107. Also by the school's website, www.academyofscholarsinc.org.
Shevonica, thank you so much for coming to our show and sharing your story with our audience.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much. Next, we're going to hear from Dr. Mia Wilson. She's going to add some additional resources to Shevonica's story.
Update your wardrobe with fabulous pieces from Sunshade Fashion's Beauty Studio. We carry an exceptional selection of today's fashion in a variety of sizes. One-stop shop for all of your beauty needs. Hair, makeup, couture fashion, and personal styling services. We're conveniently located minutes from I-10 in the West Side Plaza at 5808 Normandy Boulevard, Suite 16.
What is going on, champions? I am Brandon Sugar, the owner and founder of Sugar Unlimited. And at Sugar Unlimited, we use our graphic design expertise to help build your brand and digital presence. I served in the United States Army for 6 years and deployed to Afghanistan and Iraq. And so we look forward to giving you direction through connection. If this is you, kindly contact us at 931-220-5685 or kindly log on to brandonsugar.com.
The vision of LOL Jax is to create a platform for our local filmmakers, actors and actresses, and stand-up comedians to showcase their short films and talent. The genre comedy was actually chosen because with all the negativity and everything in the world going on, we wanted to give the audience a chance to laugh, have a good time, and just escape from reality. And we're so excited for LOL Jax.
So we chose the name LOL Jax because the LOL stands for Love Our Locals While Laughing Out Loud. And the whole purpose is to involve the people in the community of Jacksonville as a way of honoring and celebrating our hometown. We just really want to do our part by keeping Jacksonville on the map in the film community.
Please welcome to our show, Dr. Mia Wilson. Dr. Wilson, welcome. So good to have you.
Thank you, Gigi.
After listening to Shevonica's story, we know that teenage pregnancy is almost a common thing anymore. And we know that those are life-changing events. What resources would you have to offer to someone that found themselves in that circumstance or situation?
Well, teenage pregnancy is one of those situations where it can be very scary. It can also be generational, so we can even normalize it from one family to another. One of the things is, even as teenage mothers, we tend to have what we call superwoman syndrome. So in other words, we try to take on, especially if you don't have a lot of support out there, and so we tend to take on trying to be mother, a sister, aunt, you know, not only trying to take care of a child, trying to normalize my life and do normal adolescent things as well, if possible. One of the things in her situation is like, you know, how do you take your past mistakes and be able to move forward?
Yes.
And a lot of times, you know, we don't want our past, because we gotta make all kind of decisions.
Right.
All kind of decisions, and it's easier to look back and say, oh my gosh, why did I do that? You know, when I was, you know, what was I thinking? But I also have to remember we were more mature at that time when we're looking back on those past tribulations and being able to say, you know what, I'm not going to let my past determine my future, and being able to move on. So a lot of times I will suggest to clients that are in that situation is to be able to find a good support system, because you're not the only one, you know, a lot of times you're not the only one that has been, exactly.
Yes.
So be it through your church, be it through another support group, be it through women's group, there's all type of powerful women groups that are out here now that you can find, you know, and that's when you find one that is legit. Because they can be all kind of support groups on the internet, not necessarily legit ones. But to get together what even elderly women that can give you some advice that can also be a good way to what we call diendership, which is mentoring you along the way in that path when you're trying to get through past that trials and tribulation, and that you know that your mistakes is just not the end all of your life.
Yes. And that's one thing that we found a lot of, that feeling of, I'm the only one.
Yes.
And we know that that's not true. That's not true. The other thing that you said was very important is being able to draw on those resources, because there's wisdom all around us. But we have to be open to it, and we have to look for it.
Right.
So I'm very grateful that Shevonica was able to move forward with her life. That's an awesome testimony.
Yeah.
And where there is a will, there is a way.
Right.
And there is resources out there, and there's information. You just have to know that your life is not over,
Right.
that you can recover, and that you can move forward. So it's that. Is there some information that you can share with our guests, maybe some contact information for yourself, or somewhere that they could get in touch with you if they needed to?
Yes, I actually have an office here in Jacksonville. My office is located on the west side in the Murray Hill area. My contact number, 904-891-6614. And my office hours are from Monday through Friday from 9 to 6:30, and I also do some Saturdays as well from 9 to 2 p.m.
Dr. Wilson, we thank you so much for coming to our show.
It was a pleasure.
We really appreciate it.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Okay. After listening to Shevonica's story, we do know that babies are born every day, and babies are a blessing. There are times in our lives that we make choices and decisions that may not be the best for us at that time, but for anyone that may be listening to our show, please know that you can recover. There is help. There are resources available. You just have to be open to them and look for them, and know that you are not alone and that you can move forward. Not only can you survive, but you can thrive. Thank you so much for watching our show.